Well, good evening, Chicago. Good evening, world. Welcome to the Shy Peace Show. I sound a little bit sad, don't I? A little bit sick, speaking a little bit slowly. Well, it's a little bit of a melancholy moment, but it's a happy moment as well. It is our final show for the series in 2018. Today here, Wednesday, the 26th of December of 2018, one day after Christmas. We are happy to be live with you, but we are sad it's our last show of the year. And we have a little crew with us here in the studio. Let me say hi to my cousin Carolyn, that's watching now, hopefully, from in the south suburbs, and our fans, Samantha Moon fans that are watching, and thank Omari before I end, who's from Can TV, who's helping us out because Sarah is on vacation. Sarah, I hope you're watching us, right? I hope Sarah is watching us from St. Louis, so hopefully she's doing that. But we are here, and I have my two little girls, youngest daughters out there doing some live filming. One of them thought she was going to come on TV today, but we're going to use the whole hour with Samantha Moon. How is that? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're wondering who is this beautiful young lady that is sitting to my right? But some of you already know who she is. So I'm going to welcome for the very first time on live TV here in Chicago, Miss Samantha Moon.
Hello to the world. Hello to all my Dominican fans, my Caribbean people, all over the world.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And right on your shirt, you see hashtag, is it the hashtag? No, at Samantha Moon, at Miss Samantha Moon. You can reach her there on Instagram, right? And we're running live on Facebook now on both her page and our page. And of course, people can watch the show live as they're doing now on www.cantv.org. And we are ready to go. We are excited because we had the moment to have a double-decker. We're going to have a first half of our show and a second half of our show. But we want to remind you that the Shy Peace Show is brought to you by the Peaceful World Movement. It's at 11451 South Michigan Avenue in Chicago, P.O. Box 206308, Chicago, Illinois, 60628. You can reach us at 716-603-0992. Or you can reach us at www.shypeace.net. Samantha Moon, the world is ready to know, who is this woman?
Yes. Samantha Moon was born in a little island called Dominica, from a community, Trafalgar. And I'm very proud to say that because I've come a long way, and my family is just a long line of music, so that's who I am. That's where I came from.
Yes, the Caribbean village of Dominica. And just in case some of you already know, or some of you, if you are wondering, yes, we look alike because we're related by blood, all right? Yes, okay, so we'll just say this, disclaimer. Yes, this is my cousin, right, from Dominica. We grew up in the Caribbean village together. I'm not going to say what she used to do as a little girl, how much trouble she used to not get into, and how much of an angel she is. I'm not going to brag about how much of an angel she is, but she is an angel, and she's here. But on the 22nd of December 2018, on this Saturday, there was a great event happening at the Wild here. And before we even get into this, let me remind everyone that the Shy Peace Show is brought here at Can TV, a non-profit organization for the Peaceful World Movement organization, and there is no attempt here to sell anything. We don't have anything here for sale except that we are disseminating information. And the theme of the Shy Peace Show is, how do you create a more peaceful Chicago and a more peaceful world? And Samantha Moon qualifies for that. Well, maybe you know what? I didn't ask her before the show, but she said she's ready for anything. But there's one of her songs that I like, all of her songs. But one of her songs that I really like, somebody at the university, in fact, Thaddeus James said to me while she was performing the song live, Doc, that would be a good song for the university. It's about lifting your head up and not letting people wear you down. So I'm going to put in a little plug. Would you like her to do a little a cappella? You guys want a little live performance? She has enough space. She's always ready. So maybe she's going to give us a little live show. Who knows? a brother could only try, you know? So you think we stand a chance for that, maybe?
I could give you all an a cappella, sure.
Wow, man, that was easier than I thought. But, so we are really not here selling an album, we're not selling a shirt, we're not selling anything. We are giving information about a young upcoming artist that is singing the type of music that not only helps to create a better world, a more peaceful world, but to let us find our inner selves and to celebrate the beauty of life.
Definitely.
So on Saturday, something happened
Yes.
in Chicago. What happened? Tell us.
I mean, I just worked up a storm, I would say. But I went by what everyone told me, and as far as I understand, they loved the show, they enjoyed it, and it was just a beautiful show, something completely different. And I wanted to give everyone a feel of what it is to go to a huge concert, but in such a nice and cozy venue, you know what I mean? So that's what was taking place.
And the place was the Wild Hare on Halsted Street, and it's like the reggae capital of the world, they say.
Yes.
Certainly, I think it's worth. I think it's worth the title. And a lot of young upcoming and other artists performed there. And Samantha Moon was even on stage at the Kingston Mines.
Yes, I was.
Claudette Miller gave her a little ride on the stage, and Claudette said, "Yeah, I want to see you again and again and again." So there are a lot of you young people who are wondering a few things about how does someone move from a young lady in a Caribbean village that grew up as a complete angel and is now rocking the stage in Chicago and about to rock the world with a type of music. What is her story? Where is she now? Where is she going? Well, in the first half of our show, we're going to talk to Samantha Moon and find out a little more about who she is. How she started, she already said that she's from the Caribbean village of Trafalgar in Dominica, my favorite country, my favorite village. And she said that she came from a music family. Like, what exactly does that mean? How did she know she had that voice? How did she discover? What other things has she done? We're going to do this in the first half of our show. And then the second half, we're going to discuss her new album, Wake Up Now. We'll get a little bit of sample of a little bit of things. We will be doing that, but we expect you to call because some of the fans who were there who saw the show, and some others of you who are just now watching the show. This is your last chance to get us for the year, y'all. So call in with your questions, and if you have a song request, if you go right now, if you just decided to go on YouTube and you put Miss Samantha Moon, you will see Wake Up Now, and you may get some samples of some of the songs. So you may tell her, "Hey, I want to hear this thing a cappella, huh?" She said you can't stump her, right? So anyone is on, she can do, right? But let me remind you folks that this show is brought to you by the Peaceful World Movement at 11451 South Michigan Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. And we are at P.O. Box 206308, 60628, 716-603-0992. And anytime you can reach us online at www.shypeace.net. In fact, when we are done with the show, you'll be able to see in due time that the show will be live on our website, on shypeace.net website, on the section that says the Shy Peace Show. So Samantha Moon, how did you get to discover that you have the talent of music?
Growing up, my mom actually discovered that because back then you don't really know if you have a voice or not. You just know you love music. That's what I knew. I love music. So growing up, I started to write at the early age of 11. And I always used to sing. My mom said everyone who came to the house, they always said, "Oh, wow, you have a nice voice." From that day, I just kept on singing and singing. And my dad sang. My mom loved to sing. My grandfather played the guitar, and it was just, I have a whole, interesting family who's just into music and just so music oriented, you know what I mean? So it's just been in me from since at an early age, and that's what I always wanted to do growing up. So from that, it's just been, I want to do music.
I want to do music.
Yes.
So what do you remember as your first occasion to say, yes, I'm doing music?
I was about 17, and this guy I was working at a salon, a hair salon, and I was singing, but I had no idea anyone was listening to me because I'm upstairs, the guy's downstairs. So I was singing away, singing. I think I was singing a Nacio Fontaine song though. Nacio Fontaine is also from Dominica. And whilst I was singing, he came up, he ran, I heard someone running up the stairs. So I'm like, who is that? So I turn around the corner. He's like, wow, you have a good voice. Can you please join our band? At that time, the band was Natural Vibes International in Dominica, and they told me they wanted me to join, and I decided I'm going to try it out. And I was about 17 when that happened, and from that time on, I've been playing with the band, doing live music, which took away the fear of going on stage and entertaining people. So, yeah.
So now, once you started to do that and you got the bite, what was the feeling like?
It was interesting because I was like, what do I do? Do I stand here? Do I move? What do I do? And it just happened so naturally that I didn't have any time to think. It just happened naturally, and everyone was like, woo, woo, woo. I was like, okay, I can get used to this, So it was just an amazing feeling that everyone was, could relate to what I was singing, or to how I entertained them.
And what was your mom saying to you?
My mom is my number one fan.
So you see, I told you so, she said, right?
Yeah,
so that's why I've been trying to tell you all the
She knew
time,
from
right?
the get-go that was what I was going to be doing. That's all I spoke about, ever.
Right.
So it was very interesting to see people react to me the way they did. And as soon as they told me that, that's what I should be doing, I took it in consideration. I'm like, well, this is my career, and that's what it's going to be from now on, music.
So did you compete in any contests beyond just joining the band?
Yes, I have. When I just started, I did the DBS Christmas competition, which takes part in Dominica. It's a radio station named DBS Radio. I did that. I took the first place. I also did 2014, I did the QTS, that's also a radio station, Q95 radio station. I did that, and I also won that competition, which was really interesting because everyone has to text to make sure they know who their winner is, So they text, a lot of my Dominican people text for me, and I won the show, and it was such a relief after because I just wanted to give my all, and my all was what made me win the competition.
I feel I have a good idea
and my talent.
And I can imagine who was your number one fan.
I know.
In all of those, in all of those moments, I actually remember watching some of the shows, and of course, I was rooting hard for you. But you really did your thing, as it said. Went away and performed. But have you ever worked professionally as a musician too?
Yes, I have. I have, and I also did the cruise ships.
Okay.
I worked on the cruise ship and stuff. We did where my friend and I, Ali, he did sequence on the keyboards, and I would sing for the guests. We would get thousands of guests every week. So there were a lot of people in Texas who got to know about me and my talent, and everyone just loved it. They loved it. And so I went back to the cruise ship and did the same thing again for 8 months. Every 8 months you come back home, and then you have a little vacation, and you get back to the cruise ship again. So it was another interesting moment. To me, all my journeys is so interesting in music.
So you had 8 months underwater?
Underwater.
And how many days you had shows?
And I would do shows every day. And sometimes I would
Every day meaning 7 days a week?
Yeah, it's just, it's 2 hours sometimes per day, know, and it's really nice. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
And I know we went on a cruise recently, and we enjoyed as much of the entertainment as we could.
It's very exciting.
But it's interesting to know what's happening behind the scenes because there's so much going on a cruise ship, and I know a lot of people that are viewing now have been on cruises. Wonder, what is the lifestyle? How did it treat you well? Did it treat the singers?
Yeah. Everything is on point, and you have your musical director and everything. You come to work on time, you come entertain the guests, you respect them, they also respect you. I've never had any problems with guests. They were always beautiful people coming on board every week, and it was very interesting.
So you had to pay for your meals? Or
No, I don't pay for it. It's free.
It comes in a second.
It comes free.
I know you guys are wondering, well, Samantha Moon, what can she really do? Well, I'm going to give you a little sample a little sample of her work. This another part of her that she hasn't told us about, but after this video, we'll ask her about it.
Life is full of troubles you can't resist. The way that you feel when you're feeling it. You got pain, no sorrow, searching for a better tomorrow. Mama only gave you life. I know it may be hard. You got to fight for yourself. You can't worry about daddy. Know yourself and the humble. Oh please, sweet darling, don't let go. The things you've done to survive, only Jah knows. Don't be defined by your beauty. Be the best you can be. Live free, yes. Life is full of troubles you can't resist. The way that
Yes, Samantha Moon, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little taste, just a little taste. Tell us about that song. This is one of your original songs?
This is one of my originals. I wrote that song in a time of my life where I started to really understand who I was as a person, and a little part of my life, just what I had to go through as a little part of my life and what I had to go through as a young person, and I just had to write that song to express myself really and let people know what I was going through in that time of my life. So I wrote this song with my guitar. As you can see, I play the guitar. I also do the piano. I play the piano, which is very interesting because I'm learning chords and all of that. So and how to read music. So this song was mostly about my life and what I was going through as a young person and what I learned. So it was an interesting song. It's called Life.
So tell us. I mean, I know that artists are oftentimes very private, but no, the world is not looking. Nobody's just the three of us in here. No. So tell us about what were you expressing that you were going through? What were you identifying with?
Just knowing yourself, telling myself, be humble, to love myself. And when you're growing up as a young girl, you have to learn that you can always worry about mommy and daddy. You always have to look at yourself as I gotta learn something for myself also. So that's what the song was about, saying that I need to learn something for myself also. My mom had taught me a lot, and now it's time to look out for myself. So that's what the song was about,
So when young people listen to the song, at least that particular one, what do you hope they get from it?
I hope that they know that no matter what goes on in your life, that you always put your mind focused to what you got to do, because you can never give up. There are many obstacles in life that may come, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that you have to know yourself as a person, and who you are. It's good to always look at who you are as every example that you learn in life, to take it and make yourself a better person. So that's what the song is about. No matter what you're going through, doesn't matter what mistakes you have made in the past, take that and you have to ride on that wave to make you a better person, to learn more,
Hearing it right from Samantha Moon herself. Folks, let me remind you that you're watching the Shy Peace Show here at the Peaceful World Movement. We are at 11451 South Michigan Avenue in Chicago, and you can visit us at www.shypeace.net. You can call us at 716-603-0992. And again, you can visit us at www.shypeace.net. And after the show, this program will be on our website. So when you are growing up, and you start to sing songs, I'm pretty sure the first song you probably sang on the stage was not your own song, I imagine.
No,
and then you're thinking people create music. Are you thinking that you just want to cover people's music, or are you thinking that you want to write your own?
No, from the get-go, I was like, I've got to write my own music. I want people to feel the way they do when they listen to other people's music too, because that's how I felt. I was like, this song makes me excited, this song makes me happy, this song, so what do I want to bring to the masses, you know? And when I thought about it, I really wanted to write lyrics that could relate, that people could relate to, you know. To me, I felt like I didn't want to just be saying anything out there. So, and there's a lot of young people who look up to me. I wanted to make sure that they had something to live on day by day, to listen to learn from, to, you know, to do their own experiences and just learn from it. Because I mean, we all go through something in life, and I can't say I'm the perfect one, but what I do know is that there's always a moment in your life where you can look back and say, I want to be better, you know what I mean? So writing my lyrics, I always wanted it to be something that everyone could relate to, you know? Because if you can relate to it, what are we gonna do? We're gonna listen to things that don't make sense. I don't want to give that to the young people out there growing up. That's not my thing. So my thing is always about positivity.
So if there is one word that describes your music and your theme in music, you think it's positivity?
Positivity.
Yes.
I'm not saying here and there I don't like a little bit of, oh, I got a party tonight kind of thing, because I do have music like that. But I'm not overdoing it to the point where it's like, oh, this doesn't sound good. Why is she singing these things that, you know, are not good for young people? So it's not in that way either. So it's kind of on a balance of,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Oh, time flies when we're having fun. We're almost 4 minutes to the end of our first half. I told you it was going to go quick, but we have a caller. Caller, thank you for calling the Shy Peace Show. Thank you for joining us with Miss Samantha Moon.
Hi, thanks for having me. How are you tonight? Happy holidays to you both.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. This energetic voice.
Thank you. Samantha Moon, I love your music. Life is one of my favorites.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, you're very welcome. And I know that you're also a songwriter as well. What inspired you to write?
I would believe there's so many experiences that I've gone through and so many things I've seen also as a young girl growing up. So it just inspired me to keep writing, especially, like I said, positive lyrics.
Yes, beautiful, positive lyrics. We love those. We appreciate those.
Thank you.
Have you, caller, have you seen Miss Samantha Moon perform live?
Yes, I actually was over at the Wild Hair over the weekend and watched the beautiful performance. I also took pictures with Samantha in the back. I mean, it was awesome.
Wow. Wow. Well,
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for taking the time to call us as well. We are absolutely flattered, and we're glad you're able to join us in this last show of the year. Well, what stands out to you? What did you like the most at this show on Saturday?
Well, you know, I like that she can sing variety of songs. Her voice can go to different heights and levels, which was very beautiful to just hear those different changes. And her performance, of course, she's a great dancer, so and she looks great as well.
Thank
I definitely enjoyed the performance.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Caller, thank you so much for calling. Do you have any more questions, any more comments you want to make with us?
Yes, I would like to know, where are you performing next?
I'm going to be performing in Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis. Okay. Well, when are you coming back to the Chi-Town?
Oh my God, you guys better go make some noise and tell them you need me back right away.
Okay, we will do that.
I call her. I'm gonna do something that I didn't have Samantha Moon's manager to do, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. A good Hurricane reggae band, a fellow Dominican called Hurricane, his reggae band. He is an award winning the last 5 years or so. He's won the Street Reggae Awards here, and every Thursday night he plays at a place called the Waterhole on 14th and on Western. And we are trying to make this an impromptu New Year's party. I told Hurricane we're going to crash to the place and we're going to come celebrate a great New Year. And I can't say that she's going to come, but I've asked Samantha Moon if she would join us. And if she joins us, with it is not her show that she's putting on, the great show that what you saw there, but she may give us a surprise that end up on stage. And I'm pretty sure you're going to watch and see something a cappella, but if she shows up, she may give us a surprise. So if you feel like seeing some more Samantha Moon before she goes to Minnesota and then you have to go there to see her, she comes back tomorrow at a place called Waterhole out at 9 o'clock with the Hurricane Reggae Band. I'm asking anybody to come on down and enjoy a safe time with us and enjoy the year.
I would love to do that. Thank you so much, Samantha. I would love to be a part of that. Thank you so much for inviting me and letting me know about that.
Yes, and invite your friends. Come down and have a merry time. There's a lot of space, and
Sure
I'm sure they'll
will.
enjoy a hurricane as well.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, callers. Doesn't it feel warm when the fans come out, see you, and then follow and have
It's
this?
an amazing feeling. I love all my fans. I mean, the kind of love that they put out to me whenever I perform, it's amazing. The feeling is warm. There's no words to explain it but love, you know? Just true love.
So what are some of the things that stood out to you performing? Because I mean, every performance is your performance, but every performance is not the same. So
Yeah.
what are, like sometimes when you go to a restaurant and a few days later you still remember the food or you remember the
Yes,
conversation?
I wanna go
What are some of the
back.
things that kind of linger and stand out to you?
I always think it's the way people stare at me when I'm performing. I know I know like you all are very interested in what I'm doing, but sometimes I'm like, oh my God, they just love it. They just stare at me and they're just smiling, you know? And it's so interesting to see people are so, attentive to what I'm doing.
How does that resonate with your own energy?
It's just a good feeling. I mean, I just know it's love. I feel things. I feel their energy. I know it's love. I can feel that from a mile away. I do.
And
I do.
you had some diehard instant fans.
Yeah,
It's like the instant coffee, like right away, like right away. This person just came instant fan.
Yeah, that's
and just-
amazing because
yes,
it's
yes.
so hard when you're a new artist or someone maybe not so new, but when you just get to know an artist and they're performing, you're like, okay, let me listen to her, let me see what she sounds like. But right away, even if they don't know who I am, they just warm up to me. They warm up to me, so it's a good feeling.
So tell me, when you start to think about doing music, you said if there's one word that probably explains your work, it's the positivity.
Yeah.
But as you continue to think about this and you continue to think about live music playing, what do you envision as a young lady? You're still 15, 16, 17, 18. You're little. What visions do you have in your head about what your future will look like?
I've been seeing from since I was a little girl up till to this day. I've been seeing Grammys, red carpet, BET awards.
Yeah.
I've been seeing myself on MTV. Being nominated. And there's so many things in my head, doing features with artists that I really, really love. I've been envisioning these things for a long time. And even when concerts, I used to imagine how I would do my concerts. Even as a little girl, I used to be on my mom's rooftop. There's a little place where you could walk on her rooftop.
Yeah, the stage up there.
Yeah, and I used to have my little mop or my little broomstick, and I'll be like singing to the trees. And I used to just vision myself being on live and huge concerts. So it's always been my mindset.
I ask you that because it's very important to our success in life is being able to develop visualization of who we are in the future.
Definitely.
Our lives are really about our past, our current, and our future. And a lot of times we are not able to make good use of the current because we are so caught up in the past and we are maybe too caught up in the future or have not even thought about the future. And one of the things that I teach people in Peaceology is to always begin with the end in mind. When before you begin anything, think about how you want it to end or how you don't want it to end, and think about the journey. And one of the things that's important in your journey is your ability to preserve yourself.
True.
So when you put yourself in the future, somebody may force you or seem to force you to believe something that you don't want about yourself, but you do not need to respond to them based on the person you are now.
Yes.
You can respond to them based on the person who you will be in the future. And if you do not control yourself, if you do not discipline yourself, you may never even see the future.
That's the word too, discipline.
Yes.
I had to do a lot of that because if I'm not disciplined, writing wouldn't be on point, conducting yourself around the public, you have to be very mindful of these things as artists. Even artists out there can tell you, no, you have to be mindful of these things. That's why discipline is very important all the time.
And then with the second half, we want to know about the discipline that came into your work to allow you to produce these songs, because you produce this in relatively short time, some great music, how you get to stay healthy, keep your voice healthy, keep your body healthy, keep your mind healthy. We want to know about that. But talking about the
That
bass.
sounds interesting.
But anytime you paint, have you ever painted a wall?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yes, I have. I've painted walls before.
Really?
I painted
Do you
my house.
Do you know how to fix a car?
Oh no, I don't know.
So how do you paint the wall? What did you do?
Well, it depends if it's a fence or something. I would probably go up and down according to if it's like a little, how you say it, I don't know. The painting
the tops, right?
Yeah, the top. You would be like this.
But do you use primer?
This.
So you go according to, you saying that you go according to the shape,
yeah.
Where you don't go against the grain,
No,
right?
I
That's a
don't
very
go
important
against
point.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people just want to go against the grain,
No,
right?
I don't do that.
You go with the rhythm. That's
You have
very
to go
smart,
with the
right?
rhythm, yeah.
But then do you prime it first usually? You do that primer, that light thing?
You put the first coat,
Right.
then you go the second coat and make sure everything looks nice and even.
Right. Now, the logic of using a primer is that the paint sticks on the primer better than it does on the wood or than it does on the plastic, right? So you prime the surface and then you put the paint on the primer, right? Because you just put the paint on the wall or on the plastic, it's not going to hold because the paint is not designed to hold on the surface so much. It's meant to, it is designed to hold on the primer. I'm saying this for a reason.
Okay.
Because when you talk about discipline and when we get into talking about the music that you create and how you're going to keep your body right, how you're going to keep your voice right, how you're going to keep your relationships correct and all that to be able to see yourself in the future, that future that you envisioned when you were a little girl, I want to know what is the primer in your life. You spoke about your mom, but you grew up in your childhood. The days are very formidable days that determine a lot of times where you're going to end up or where you can end up, because you could start with what may be considered not an advantageous start, and that might be a good advantage to be able to understand the goods of life to be able to go further, or you could start with a great life and end up flopping, right?
Yeah.
So now you talk about discipline, you talk about focus. What was your life like growing up in a Caribbean village and growing up with family that may explain the type of woman that you have become right now?
I mean, growing up disciplined too from my mom, I've learned that, life is not always easy and you have to go get it for yourself. Because if you don't, then someone else is not going to do that for you. And I've seen my mother work very hard growing up. So for me, besides my talent and loving music and the people that surrounded me and let me know, you should make this as your career. This should be your career. I realized that also the business part of the music is very important. And in order for me to help my mother, I decided I have to go further than what I'm seeing right now. And sometimes your imagination is very important. That's why I love kids, because of their imagination, the way that you think way before your time. Sometimes as adults, it's hard to do that. Some people, because they have lost their sense of imagination, we still have to imagine to see the future for what it is. You know what I mean? So growing up, I've seen all the possibilities of what I could become. It was like a vision before it happened, or they would say a revelation.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
So seeing that, I'm like, seeing my mother work hard, I'm like, I don't want to see my mother work so hard. I don't want to see this. I want to do better, and growing up in a small community, you know what I'm talking about. It's a small community and you always want better, because the music in Dominica is not so, it doesn't, the facility for this music industry in Dominica is not such a large scale. So I had to do more, and so many other people doing what I'm doing. So it's like you have to put yourself forward and do more out there. Yeah, you have to stand out more, because if you don't do that, you're not going anywhere.
So you talk about your mom so much. What are some of the best qualities of your mom you think you have?
I don't know. I have mostly everything. I would say cooking. Like I said, discipline again, which is so important. Obedience, you have to have that. and respect. You know, my mom is a very respectful person, and she also taught me that, you know, instilled that in me, so I can know whenever you go around people, you have to respect them. You have to know how to deal with everybody's different. There are so many different minds in the world. Everyone thinks differently. You can't deal with everybody on the same scale, everyone on the same scale, because you know it's not gonna work.
So
It's
can
not
I
gonna
can I
work.
tell the audience what quality of your mom I see in you?
Okay, go ahead.
Your sense of style.
Okay.
Because your mom has a
My
lot of
mom has a lot of
pizzazz.
style,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
she's always fine. Oh, the flick, is that how it goes?
Yeah,
My little
flick.
daughters are like, oh my gosh, she's a breast. She's on flick, you know what I mean? Is that right? Did I say it right? Yeah, right. She's always styling, man.
I love my mom.
She looks great all of the time. So I see that in you, like, well, like when you on
Yeah,
stage
that
on
too.
Saturday and
That too.
I'm having an extra little flair.
Yeah.
Folks, we remind you that you can call in live, 312-738-1060. The Shy Peace Show is brought to you by the Peaceful World Movement. The Peaceful World Movement is located at 11451 South Michigan Avenue, P.O. Box 206-308 in Chicago, Illinois. The telephone number is 716-603-0992, and you can reach us at www.shypeace.net. We are here with Samantha Moon. Samantha Moon performed on the 22nd of December of the year 2018 at the Wild Hare. We thank the folks at the Wild Hare for allowing the talents to go through. This is Samantha Moon's third appearance, right? There twice this year and once last year, just started last year, and the people are already asking for her to return. She is an artist who decides that if there's one word that describes her music, it's the word of positivity. And we have entered the second half of our show where we'll be talking about her album, Wake Up Now.
Yeah.
What is Wake Up Now about? But before we do that, I actually want you to go to a website to give us a sense. So Samantha, I want you to give the people a little bit of a web. I mean, if they went on YouTube and they put in Miss Samantha Moon, this is what they will see, right? So if they wanted to view, you know, we just saw this video. Was that the one we just saw?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
What is
This one?
yes.
This one is Ed Robinson from Jamaica endorsing me at CariFest.
Can we see a little bit of that? Is
We
that all
can.
right?
It's
Yeah,
very
let's see.
interesting.
Let's see a little bit.
Never friend you tonight. They don't know it though. Big time singer. And if you don't remember her, don't know her yet, we're going to reintroduce her to her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage with me, Samantha Moon. Where you there, mommy? Yeah. 'Cause I can't watch this. Move up and come again.
What was the show?
This is in Minneapolis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big festival that happens every year.
But we have some fun.
So are you guys performing there? Are you?
Yeah, I'm
Alright, well,
performing
watch
there.
this.
So he gave you a little number. Let's see what's going on.
This is
All right, Samantha Moon in action, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're not gonna show you everything. We're just gonna give you a little teaser. This is Samantha Moon. When you visit the website, you'll be able to see more of her activities. I will just go to YouTube and put Miss Samantha Moon. So Miss Samantha Moon, as we go out there and the people visit the web, what else will they see? What are some of your favorites here out there they should see?
Well, I have shows live at the Minnesota Music Cafe, which is also in Minnesota, because I have also gained a fan base down there. And I have music of mine online also, so people could check out. There's a lot of stuff, and also I would like everyone to follow me mostly on my Instagram page, because my Instagram page is very interesting.
Right here, the
That's
Instagram, right?
Yes, it's at Miss Samantha
At
Moon.
Miss Samantha
And
Moon.
I also tell people if they have videos of me, they could hashtag Samantha Moon and tag me in it. I would like it or follow or whatever it may be. So follow me on Instagram. I have some interesting stuff. I think you guys should go to Instagram. That's where you're gonna see a lot of good stuff.
Good, and we'll continue to boost the artist. Now we're going to watch this young face, and we're going to watch a little live performance. Is that all right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to fast forward.
Really fast. All right. So we're going to show you a little Samantha Moon's performance
Yes.
here. Just get a little taste of this.
Dr. Sylvie, from Solomon and Sheba, behold the Philistine entire with the land Zion it shall be said, Creator, establisher, which works foundations were laid. Now we are called the mother. I am will take notice when the rights of the people, the coming of a plan, to conquer the evil. Up in a bundle ride, I don't get caught in them wicked line. I just know that I'm free.
This is what the caller was talking about. Samantha Moon being so versatile, and I wish I had the little zouk piece here. You know, it's a good thing I didn't have the zouk, because if I had the zouk, I just said I would start to dance, and my two daughters in here would be so blushing. They'd be like, "Daddy, you're embarrassing me," but I can't embarrass you, folks. You're not on TV, right? so folks, we want to remind you, Peaceful World Movement, 11451 South Michigan Avenue, PO Box 206308. Chicago, Illinois, 716-603-0992, www.shypeace.net. We want to remind you that this is a call-in show that you can call us at 312-738-1060. And believe it, we have under 15 minutes, just about 10 more minutes on our show. And I asked Samantha Moon, I beseeched that she sing to us a cappella. She can stand if she wants to. She can see herself on the screen. Or you sit singing?
Yes, it is fine.
Wow, man, I can't even sing standing. And she can sing sitting, right? So she's one of. I believe it is belief, and I have to be honest that I'm still learning Samantha Moon's music, and I love every song, and that's why it's so hard for me to remember them, because I like all of them, right? So this one I think is belief. Just you're gonna give the people a little bit, and maybe we'll get something else. So callers, listen and tell us what you think. Okay? Samantha Moon.
Some got bigger souls and bigger hearts. Some don't got it, or at least they thought. You see what I'm trying to say? It's what you perceive. It's everything in what you believe in. Make it your motto for endless days. Believing and projecting everything that you say. I know a few will tell you it's not easy, but don't ever think it's too hard. Believe me, now here's what I believe in. Now here's what I believe in. No matter what some say, it all depends on what you believe. 'Cause what you say is what you perceive. Some say the limit is the sky. Well, I believe that's where I'll reach. And bad mind can't stop me now. Bad mind can't stop me.
Wow. What can stop me?
Bad mind.
Bad mind. All you bad-minded
can't
people.
stop me.
You better behave yourself. Yeah, you know. You can't stop her. The bad-minded people can stop you, right?
There's a lot of that in life.
A lot of bad-minded people. They want to come to you, laugh in your face, and stab you in the back. No, they can't stop Samantha Moon. No. Wow, I hear this song and I feel it. I think this is the song that Tad was saying. I want to hear her sing this on campus. But I was watching YouTube, and I wish I could have, maybe if I put in a quick search, I'll find it. Mm-hmm. There was some guy dancing. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say his description because, I don't want people to think, hey. So there's this guy dancing, but when he started to dance, he doesn't look like, he fits whatever the rhythm is. And this guy started to really continue to bust the move. And he was like, whoa.
Oh, is that for my song, Everything and More?
Right. And I'm like, whose song is that?
Right on there.
No, I had not heard the song. So I had not heard the song. And I was wondering, like, whose song is that? And then it was not until afterwards that when Craig played the music, and while we're doing this on our live
my
show,
Facebook page.
it's on your Facebook. Let me see. Let me see if we can find it. If we can find it, maybe we can pull it up.
Samantha Moon.
Is Samantha Moon? Let's see if we can get it.
Miss.
This is the great.
MS, put the MS.
This is the great thing
it's right.
about this is the great thing about live about our live show here, right? We can do these things online. You guys can see a little bit about how it happens behind the scene, and so these are your songs. I'm trying to find the video where this
Oh, the guy?
guy's
It's on
busting the
Facebook.
move.
It's on
Yeah, but I would have to log in and all that. This is such a great thing. But when we what I just wanted to show the viewers some of the, I wanted to show a list of some of the songs. When they go on there, well, we are right now on Facebook, on YouTube. I was trying to find the song. So tell us about that song.
This song is a song I made when, man.
Everything and more. all right.
This song is just, I mean, everybody wants to enjoy themselves too sometimes. I speak good lyrics, positive lyrics, but there are times too when I want to enjoy myself. Like I said, it's not always about, just me singing that type of music. I also sing music where we can go out and have some fun. Ladies can go out, have some fun. It's clean, nice, cut music. So when you go to the dance floor, if you like go clubbing or whatever, you can have a little dance on this song,
And I like. Let's hear that song. That song that I like so much. Let's hear a little bit of this.
Yeah,
Hopefully we
it's
don't
good.
have
It's
that.
good for dance music and it's a nice enjoyment.
Yeah, so when we cue this up, we'll let this run because we don't want to show the ad. We're gonna cue this up and we're gonna hear that song here in a minute by Samantha Moon.
Oh, what you say, are we going out today, baby? Yeah. Everything and more, everything and more. All I really need, all I really need, yeah. Everything and more.
So while you guys listen to the music, you're gonna watch Samantha Moon and I rock to this.
They say that love is the answer. You got me in a trance, boy. You turn me to a dancer, and now I'm rocking on the dance floor. Whatever a woman could ask for. Why come let me show you? Your sign it is concerned. Your body moving like water. Everything and more. Everything.
Let's hear the vocals over it.
My life for you, yeah. I put my heels and I break it down. My body, yes, I shake it down. I give you everything you want and more. My heels and I break it down. My body, yes, I shake it down. I give you everything you want and more. He put his hand on me waist as me pick up the pace and me wind to the bass some more. See the massive in the place, looks like a shoelace. Bike man in the place, we don't care. Tracy, we don't care who's desperate. A whole lot to spare. No fighting in here, we ain't going nowhere. Raise your hand in the air like you just don't care. Party, 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 party like we just don't care. Everything and more. Everything and more. All I really need, baby. Everything and more. And I would do anything to change my life for you.
Well, so give us the rest of it a cappella. What was it about to say? Let's hear the rest of it a cappella.
I put my heels and I break it down. My body, yes, I shake it wrong. I give you everything you want and more. My heels and I break it down. My body, yes, I shake it wrong. Give you everything you want and more.
Well, my favorite line on there is that they loose like a shoelace.
Yes.
and
When I wrote that part, it was like so funny to me. I was laughing. My stomach was hurting because I was like, I told my manager, Calvin John, I said, you know what? how would you feel if I said, everyone's loose like a shoelace?
Yeah.
Your shoelace loose, it's all over the place,
Yeah.
So yeah, but this song is about saying that, ladies, we love to go out and have a women's night out, but I love going out with my husband too. You know what I mean? You go, you have fun and all of that. And that's what the song is about. It's saying, are we going out tonight? What are we going to do? Are we going to free up like we say in our way of saying
we
it?
go loose like a shoelace.
Loose like a shoelace.
You know what? And there's a funny scene, and I hope you guys put this in the video. We were at Wild Hair, and she had two beautiful red boots, and the lace of the shoes were loose. So her manager had to tie her shoelace. So I want to see that scene, that little part, because we were so loose like a shoelace.
Yeah.
Your shoelace actually went loose.
That's
how loose we were.
It did.
Caller, you are here with us. We have about 5 more minutes on this show, right? So please, thank you for calling. Please let us have your comment or your question.
Yes, I have a question. I'm sorry I missed the first part of the show. So my question is, I just heard the beautiful rap that your guest did. And I know, like in Chicago, a lot of musicians do a lot of community work to help with the peace movement in the city. But I'm not sure if you answered this earlier, but why do you think music and our musical artists are so successful in helping to build peace in Chicago?
Wow, that's a very good question, caller.
Well, she was saying, why is that? Some of it I couldn't hear.
Yeah, well, basically she's saying that music can be a healer for communities by creating peace. And there's history. I mean, you have Kanye West, you have Common, you have Jennifer Hudson, and that are there. And I mean, although Chicago is still struggling with the issues of violence, but we know that artists can bring people together and the music can bring people together. So the question is, like, what is the role you see if music creating a more peaceful world, a peaceful Chicago, being the fact we're in Chicago? And I will even put the question further and ask, do you see yourself having a role? So the first question is, how you see music helping to create maybe a more peaceful Chicago? And if it can do that, do you see yourself fitting into a role in there, if I may modify the question? Yes.
I mean, of course, definitely. I always see myself being as part of a role model when it comes to peace, And that's what we need a lot right now because, I mean, still there's so many things going on that are negative in every country, as a matter of fact. It happens everywhere in the world. But when it comes to the music as an artist, that's where the lyrics comes in, it shouldn't always be about party all the time. It should be something positive. And I realize that I'm not speaking for other artists, but I can say from what I've heard artists writing their lyrics nowadays, some of it don't make sense to me, but that's just my opinion. And a lot of young people are really interested in the hype. But like I said, what I want to do is give them positive lyrics that all these things can change, even if it's a little bit. I can put my piece, they say, let me put my 1 cent, I want to do that, and that's why I write the lyrics that I write. And I think that every artist can make that impact because we are very powerful when it comes to music, and we write for other people to listen and all of that. So in order for us to change this, our lyrics have to change. The things that we do and what we put out there for the young people to see, that also has to change. And I can't change every artist, but I just want to be a part of the peace movement, like you say, where it comes to helping people, just be better people. At least even if I can't change them, but I can help through my lyrics. So that's what my piece I see I can put in this world.
Right. That's hey, caller, did you hear that? What are your thoughts? You have any follow-up? What are your thoughts on the response?
No, I think that is really important because music is powerful. It's an important part of culture, and music does a lot. It has meaning. It's been known, like people who may disagree every day, you take them to a concert together and you see different types of behaviors. But so it has been a unifying force as well as being a force of revolution or protest at the same time. So it's really unique and complex. So I appreciate what your guest had to say.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, caller. Thank you so much. That's a very important question, especially as we talk about building more peaceful Chicago. Caller, did you have something else, or was that it? Still there?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
calling. I appreciate it. You are our last caller for the year 2018 because, believe it or not, we only have 2 minutes to go. Even if Amari hasn't given me my warning sign yet, but maybe it's coming pretty soon. But can you imagine this, folks? We are here. This is the last show of the year 2018. It is the 26th day, the day after Christmas of 2018, and my guest in studio is Samantha Moon, Miss Samantha Moon, that you can go at Miss Samantha Moon
At Miss Samantha Moon on Instagram.
on Instagram.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook, on YouTube,
Twitter.
right? Go out there. You still have, well, we don't have any more time to call. But Miss Samantha Moon, what are your parting words for our guests? What are you going to leave them with for the year?
Well, first of all, before I start that, I want to tell everyone that you can check out my EP on all social media platforms. It's on Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere, on all social media platforms. Check it out, support me. The support goes a long way. And I want everyone to know that going through 2019, look at it as it's just tomorrow. There's nothing different about that. The only thing that should be different about that is that you do better for yourself and your family. And there's always room for improvement. And that we should love each other. Like I always say, love alone. And my fellow friends and people always say that to love alone. And give love, you get love. And be serious about your life, young people out there. And whatever you're doing, don't give up. It's so easy to just give up. But you have to keep yourself grounded and keep it moving. Keep it moving. One day you're going to see a lot of different things changing for you in a positive way where you can, I'm seeing the time, where you can really love everything you're doing in the future. You'll be like looking back like, oh my God, did I do this? Did I do that? So keep it going, keep it moving. And everyone who's down out there, don't be down. Keep it moving. God gave you the strength, the hands, the feet. Work it out.
And folks, as we wind, I want to thank you. Beautiful words. That's why she writes so well, because she thinks so well. And I want to remind you, when you go over to shypeace.net, you will be able to see our previous shows. I want to thank all of the persons that started with us last year. Tony Zamblay, we had a professor from Loyola University, Isaac Denton, Gregor Tuswaldner. We have various artists, Thaddeus James, Provost Michael Emerson. We had Dr. Chris Hubbard. This time last year, we had a gentleman called Master Kickman.
Wow.
And he was sitting in this stage, and Master Kickman had some moves, man. So we are ending in a similar tradition. A little beard here, just starting off the show this time around. Dr. Bonner, thank you for participating. Hurricane Reggae Band. We had Manda Indian. This is the gentleman who brought me to India. We also had Mr. Durant, Glenn Durant with us and interviewing Rob Kerr. And we also had Provost Michael Emerson joined us, and the director of athletics at North Park University, Dr. Jack Surridge, also joined us last week. And this week we're ending with the wonderful, the dynamic, the talented, the futuristic, peace-singing, positive world, Samantha Moon.
Well, let me say also thank you so much to my band, the Moon Life Band, who has been wonderful all the way so far. And we're going to take this to the next level. So everyone just stay tuned.
Yes. I want to thank your manager, Kevin George, for the wonderful work that he's doing.
Oh, yes.
And I also want to thank Hurricane Band, because when we came here a cappella the last time, when the first time people fell in love with Samantha Moon on stage was on that night last year when she went out and she kind of helped out Kofi, truth be told, because Kofi was singing one song and she came on, so I liked the opportunity. And all of the other artists that have worked with Samantha Moon and the Wild Hair and all, we really want to thank them for making this family come alive. Folks, all good things come to an end. We ask you to be safe out there, be sober, cause no trouble, take no trouble. Until next year, I'm Dr. Peter K.B. St. Jean, signing off for the Peaceful World Movement and the Shy Peace Show. It's sad, but we do have to go. We are happy because it's almost a new year. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Bye-bye.
Bye.